Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs.
You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Steve Jobs. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. Steve Jobs. Let's go invent tomorrow rather than worrying about what happened yesterday. Steve Jobs.
I think the things you regret most in life are the things you didn't do. Steve Jobs.
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs.
Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Steve Jobs. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly, and get on with improving your other innovations. Steve Jobs.
If you live each day as it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. Steve Jobs.
Life goes on and you learn from it. Steve Jobs.
Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. Steve Jobs.
Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Steve Jobs.
You have to be burning with an idea, or a problem, or a wrong that you want to right. If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out. Steve Jobs.
Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Steve Jobs.
I don't care about being right. I care about success and doing the right thing. Steve Jobs.
For you to sleep well at night, the aesthetic, the quality, has to be carried all the way through. Steve Jobs.
Details matter, it's worth waiting to get it right. Steve Jobs. Get closer than ever to your customers. So close that you tell them what they need well before they realize it themselves. Steve Jobs.
Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have a faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. Steve Jobs.
I do not adopt softness towards others because I want to make them better. Steve Jobs.